Hello, StarCraft fans! This is Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. This is a game between DisK and Neuro on Proxima Station, the latter edition. In the top left side of the map, we have the red Zerg player. It is Neuro from Root Gaming. Link to his YouTube channel in the top right, link to his Twitch stream in the description. In the bottom left side of the map, we have the blue Protoss player. It is DisK from Storm Gaming. This is a GM level replay casted by Falcon Paladin. It's a Zerg versus Protoss, my favorite matchup. Even though Hydra Baneling is the meta, I'm kind of coming around to Hydra Baneling, actually. I've seen some pretty amazing stuff from people going Hydra Baneling at the pro level, so maybe it's not as bad as I once thought. Alright, so blocking the expansion DisK. He knows how to play Protoss. That's right. Block the expansion of Neuro as long as you can. Oh, Neuro threw down his hatch back in the back base. That's going to be his natural. This is going to be his third. And he's trying to make DisK think that he's okay. DisK is not being fooled anymore. He's going to go check and see. Okay, is there a hatchery over there? There's a pool going down right now, an extractor already on the way. Our Protoss player is going for the expand after the gateway. And then Cyber Core, and then getting a second gas, and from there it's pretty much what you want to do. The opening is pretty standardized, but from that point, if you're a Protoss player, you just really want to get here with that second assimilator and the second base going, and then you can decide whether you go Twilight Council, whether you want to go for that robotics facility, or whether you want to go Stargate here in the early game. Speaking of the early game, I do want to do another little plug for my podcast. Those of you who are listening to it, thank you so much. Thanks for subscribing on iTunes or SoundCloud, or Beyond Pod, or Last.fm, or any place you can find this thing, because podcasts are everywhere nowadays. You search Falcon Paladin and you will find it. I'm looking for feedback. Anybody who has any suggestions of things we should talk about on the podcast, Wade and I, my Australian co-potter. I'm not sure if that's actually your word or not, but regardless, there's a link in the description to check it out if you're interested. We talk about video games and books and movies. We talk about technology. It's a lot of interesting stuff. And two perspectives, one from Australia, one from North America, specifically the United States of America. Pretty good times. All right, it is going to be a Stargate opening here out of DisK, and he's got that rally set across the map. This could very well be an Oracle. We'll have an Oracle name ready to go. It's still trying to block this third base, though, is DisK. Look at him go. I admire his perseverance. Oh, he chucks down the pylon. He does die. But it does delay the expansion of Neuro for a few seconds. There's the cancel, there's the hatch. So we traded about 25 minerals and a probe to delay that by a few seconds. I'm not sure if it's entirely worth it, but DisK is just trying to harass as much as he can here in the early game. Stargate finishing up, and it's going to be an Oracle. I feel it in my bones. I feel it in my bones. Come on. It is going to be an Oracle here. So this Oracle's name is the Overmind. Alright, in celebration of StarCraft Remastered being announced, if you haven't heard the news, it's been announced, you guys. August 14th, 2017, it's going to be out and available. You have LAN play, you have updated graphics, you've got the campaign, you have all sorts of great stuff. Definitely, I will be casting a bunch of games on StarCraft Remastered when it comes out. The Overmind being, well, kind of the big baddie for the original StarCraft. Brood War, the expansion for StarCraft, is more about Kerrigan for sure, as the Overmind dies at the end of StarCraft 1. Spoiler alert! Crap. That was a spoiler, wasn't it? Anyway, this is the Overmind. The Overmind has transferred its consciousness into an Oracle. Going to move across the map here and see what it can do as far as murdering stuff goes. Third Nexus on the way from DisK. There are a couple of Adepts here trying to harass, but there are Speedlings and there are Queens. That's exactly what you need. I would not finish that transfer if I were you. There's the cancel transfer. Cancel transfer, but Oracle, oh, nothing defending these drones. Full pull. Full pull of drones from the main base. Oh, getting those kills. 4 kills. 5 kills. That's 5 drones killed. How about over here at the natural? Yeah, there's only a queen here. That spore crawler's not done yet. You could get some more. Running out of energy, but up to 7, 8. Could get one more. Yes, 9 kill Oracle. Well done. Well done, Oracle. Ling counterattack. Neuro wants some revenge here. Can he take down this third base? Photon overcharge, a major problem. Gonna try to kill these Adepts first. Keep that Adept count number low. 2 Adepts do get killed. Dude, go over there. Get some shots off on that third base. I don't know. Is there a Mothership Core? There's not a Mothership Core. Oh no, DisK, did you skip Mothership Core? Looks like he did. This third base is in a ton of trouble. No! Oracle sitting back there waiting to come back on in. forces a cancel on the third base. 2 pylons die. Lings very, very pleased with themselves indeed. Mothership Core is here, but it's too late. Made one, but by golly, it is too late. Overmind, the Oracle, 9 kills already. Could really do some damage here at this third base, or I guess it's the natural base of Neuro back behind his main. As there's not a queen here, there's only a spore. There is a queen and a spore at the main. That's a bit of a more difficult target. Lings coming in, doing more damage again here at this third base that DisK is trying to take. Trying so desperately to take drop lords on the way from Neuro. Is he gonna? Yes, he's gonna go ahead and ling drop. These lings keeping the mothership's attention here at the front door. I love this misdirection out of Neuro. Indeed. We got Phoenix and Zealot charge on the way. Surprisingly, out of our Protoss player DisK. So, what does he have in mind? 8 lings, drop it inside this natural base of DisK, unloading very nicely, and here they come. There's nothing to defend this Mothership Core way out in front. You could totally kill some more stuff if and you wanted to. 2 oracles though. Where's Overmind? Overmind now has 10 kills. That's good. Lings running into the main base. There are a couple adepts here waiting to go. This is a hold position scenario. Picking off a couple probes. Picking off maybe another. Yeah, look at them go. Look at them go. Picking off these probes very nicely. That's going to be 6 dead probes thus far. To 12 lings that have died though, so that's a lot of lings that Neuro's, or a lot of drones that DisK has killed so far. Nicely done. Can he? Oh, there's 3 queens at the main. No so much anti-air though. Getting a couple drones anyway though. Just Spore Crawler, the only thing defending queens a little bit slow to respond. Fourth base on the way from Neuro down this right side, and DisK's third is not even done yet. Not even done yet at all. Templar Archives warping in for DisK. Working on +1 attack as well, and +1 melee coming in for Neuro. I did knock down the levels on my microphone a little bit. I felt like I was kind of blowing people out for a while when I got really loud in the cast. So I knocked down the levels that should take care of those louder moments. Hopefully the intro wasn't as overpowering as it has been recently. I'm sorry, I just had to change my sound levels when I was casting for Gauntlet, and I didn't change them back. I didn't write down what they were, and I forgot. I've written them down now. I know where they need to be. Storm being researched by DisK. I love Storm against Zerg so very, very much. And against Terran, really. Any Protoss player who goes Psionic Storm is okay in my book, unless you're going against like a meching Terran, in which case, probably not. Probably not what you need. But against a Bio Terran, against everything that Zerg has, Storm is fantastic. Such a good spell. Phoenix do take down an Overlord. Does not supply block Neuro. He's ready. He's ready for it, and he's going for a Hydralisk Den. So he's sitting at 67 Harvesters to 67 for DisK. Working on +2 melee. Is he going to transition? Oh, Banelings. Okay, so he's getting Banelings and Baneling speed. Oracle's back here killing more stuff at this third base. Holy smokes. Overmind has 15 kills, and he throws down a Revelation on this natural base. Crikey, what a very efficient Oracle. This probably deserves to be in the Oracle Hall of Fame, which doesn't technically exist. Does not exist, but 15 kills, especially how late the Oracle was, is pretty amazing. At the GM level. Got Zealots, got Archons, got an Immortal. I like this composition out of DisK. Problem is, the Banelings are going to cause a bit of a problem here, as it's mostly stuff that is light. Lings don't attack into this. Lings, no! Well, I said Lings, no. Oh, good job moving the Archons at the front, getting rid of those Banelings. More Lings dying. What an absolutely pro engagement out of DisK there. Wow, 73 lings have died. 3 Banelings have died. 2 Adepts and an Oracle have been killed for DisK thus far. He is killing it in resources lost. 1,200 compared to 3,300. Coming back in again is Overmind. Don't die, Overmind. Don't do it. 1 hit point and 16 kills. 1 hit point and 16 kills on Overmind. Look at this guy go. What an incredible, incredible Oracle. 14 Hydralisks coming in for Neuro, getting muscular augments, getting that +2 attack for melee, which I mentioned previously. +2 lets you one-shot probes with your Banelings. So if you want to roll into a Baneling or into a mineral line of probes with Banelings, +2 is your best bet. Fourth base done for Neuro, 70 Harvesters to 72 for DisK, his fourth base. On the way up this left side, look at the timing on this transfer to DisK. DisK, you are doing very well in a lot of ways here today. We'll see how this works out for you. Hydralisks with no upgrades to speak of. Muscular Augments is coming in, which will increase the range and the speed of those dudes. We do have a bit of a Baneling drop there. Looks like they killed like maybe 2 probes. It wasn't amazing. Was not an amazing Baneling drop. Is he fainting one here towards the third base? He kind of is, huh? He kind of is. Probes run. Photon overcharge. Ah, he doesn't even run. He's smart. That does supply block Neuro, actually. He was not planning on losing that Overlord, which is kind of surprising. +1 missile attack being researched now. Got Blink. DisK is getting kind of a little bit of everything, isn't he? This Phoenix flying around, still causing problems for Overlords. Got ourselves some Zealot Warping attacks trying to come in, but there is a good Overlord spread on this left side, and Neuro would see that coming in a heartbeat. 184 to 169 total supply. Neuro does have the lead. No, Overmind, live! Live, Overmind. Oh, does live. Just barely, though. Hydras almost took him down out of the sky. Lurker Den, Infestation Pit on the way for the Zerg player. These players are teching up hard right now. 10 minutes in. 10 minutes in. In your games in 10 minutes, do you have maxed out armies with every tech available to your race? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. This is what sets apart GM from the rest of us scrubs, in all honesty. And these guys probably aren't as good. Obviously not as good as the pro levels. But GM it's a class apart, man. You make it in there, you are good at this game. Another revelation thrown down by Overmind. Overmind might get the game MVP here. Some Zealots warping in to this main base, but there are 9 queens here. And these Zealots are kind of scary, but 9 queens is a lot of DPS, a lot of transfuse. And they are getting taken down. Any queen's going to die? No, look at those transfuses. They are on top of it. On top of the transfuses. 1 queen does. 2 queens do actually end up dead, which is unfortunate. But queens handling this on their own. They might do better to focus down this Warp Prism. This queen at the natural base is doing that, which is great news. Hydra drop. What the Hydra drop here at the natural base? Zealot coming in. Oh, Stalker coming in here too. I don't know about this. Stalkers don't do very well against Hydralisks. And blinking out and dying. The Phoenix is going to get killed too. 3 Hydras, man, with +1 attack. Pretty scary stuff. Zealots, and without Micro on the Hydras, maybe not as good. Maybe not as good. That +2 attack really helping immensely here. The melee attack animation for the Hydra. Oh, he picks it up at the last second. Picks it up. This Overlord has 12 hit points. Not good. Zealot's going to attack into this 4th base of Neuro any moment. They're standing on the edge of the creep, just waiting for their chance. There are 4 spine crawlers behind that mineral line, though. Wow, I like how Neuro's using static defense to prevent against this very thing. Mutalisks are out for Neuro because, hey, why not? Make some mutas as well. Lings, just a huge amount of Lings coming in with +2 attack. Get rid of those Zealots to that 4th base before they can do anything. Anything at all. Mutalisks are hiding behind this big spinny satellite tower thing. Well, is it more of a gun? I don't know what that thing is. What is this? Mutas flying into the main base, and there is nothing to defend against this. There are some Stalkers warping in. There are some cannons on the way, but not enough. Not enough to prevent some probes from dying. Photon overcharge up. Get out of there, Mutas. Get out of there, bringing Overseers just in case there are, what, I don't know exactly, but Stalkers chasing away the Mutas. Some Corruptors in production as well. 5th base on the way for DisK. 5th base on the way for Neuro. Just both kind of mirroring each other's expansion patterns, but here come a giant Archon Immortal army. Oh my gosh, this is really big. This is 7 Immortals and 10 Archons with +3 attack on each of those with Templar mixed in. This is not looking good for our Zerg player, not even the teeniest and tiniest of bits. Greater Spire on the way. Greater Spire would be amazing here, actually. Broodlords against this composition. If the Archons can get under there, though, not as good. But depending on the positioning, is what I am thinking here. Mutalisks trying to fly into this natural base. There are 3 cannons, though. Get out of there. There aren't enough of you to take on this many cannons. Nope. Definitely not. I'm getting some shots on this assimilator. Pretty good control. Staying out of the range of that cannon are Stalkers. Yep, Blink Stalkers. Gonna come in and chase them out. Get out of our house. 1 Muta does get killed. Very nicely. All right, so Nidus Worm on the way. Anion Pulse Crystals being researched by DisK, giving range to those Phoenix Lurkers in production for Neuro as well. Good spread on these Lurkers. How are their upgrades? +2 attack on those dudes. Not too shabby. Muta's continuing to get killed by cannons. Pretty good static defense from both of these players, actually. I love it. I love the static defense, especially when there are Mutas about and when there are Warp Prisms about. Seems like just the smart thing to do. Adept harassment trying to come in here from DisK down along this bottom path into possibly this 5th base of Neuro, but the whole army is kind of sitting here, so I don't feel like they're going to do anything. Nidus Worm coming up inside the main base of DisK, but immediate warping of Zealots. Going to hit this thing hard. Can Neuro get any units out before it dies? Well, he didn't try. I feel like he maybe could have if he had tried, but he didn't try. Nope, Overlord scouts in, says the army's... What the whole army for DisK goes home for that one thing. Counterattack time, Neuro says. I'm moving out to kill one of your bases. If your army's going to sit inside the main like this, I'm going to go across and take care of your 5th base. 5th base, I don't know if he can save it. Probes running, so many lurkers burrowing on in here. Stabbing away Hydras, Banelings, Changelings going down. And they are Zealots, which are part of this army. I think this main base is just going to die. Niduswarm does erupt behind the natural base, kind of in between the 4th base and the natural base along this left side. Lings rolling out one by one by one by one by one by one. Where are they going? Don't go into this army. What are you doing, Lings? Suicide is what it is. I'm afraid it is suicide on the Lings. Why are they trying to attack this base? This is the weirdest suicidal conga line I've ever seen. But it is allowing Neuro to kind of reposition. I mean, it distracted DisK, if nothing else. That was so many dead Lings. Just one by one walking into the grindstone. 15 drones on the way from Neuro. Was he freeing up supply for drones? I feel like that's what he was doing. All right, here we go. Niduswarm at the front is where that one erupted. And I don't know. Neuro really probably shouldn't engage here. Try to bait the Protoss player into the storms, and he is. He's baiting him pretty well. Storms on top of the lurkers, not as good as it is in Brood War. Oh, and there are Broodlords out. Okay, Broodlords are here. Don't be unsupported, though, Broodlords. Just kind of shoot from a distance. Get shots off, and Stalker's trying to get in here and get rid of him. One Broodlord does die. Here's your engagement. Baneling splashing on the left side. Storms on the left side and the middle side. And all across the middle side here. Broodlords are getting transfused by the queens that have been brought along. They're picking off Templar from distance, and the Protoss player is forced to retreat from that position. Tempest production has begun immediately for DisK. Niduswarm coming up at the front again. Lurkers burrowing on in, getting giant hits off. The Immortals, though, crushing through the Lurkers as there's really nothing to stop them from doing this. Suddenly, the Broodlords are dying to the Stalkers. The Queens are all that is left, and Niduswarm erupts. Lurkers trying to take down these Immortals. Queens keeping themselves alive way longer than I thought they would. And suddenly DisK is down to 110 supply. Neuro is sitting at 176 with 27 Hydras in production. I love that decision. 27 Hydralisks against what we're seeing from DisK might be enough to end the game. In all actuality, more Broodlords coming in here as well. Can the Hydras join the front? Is the question of the day. Queens trying to take down that Mothership core, and they do. Time Warp being thrown down. Broodlords not given enough time to morph in before they're all going to die. Don't see anything saving it. Maybe one Broodlord can save it. Hydras joining that front line, picking off Archons. Can they get that one? Ugh, how? 8 hit points on that Archon, and he ends up surviving. More Templar coming in, recognizing, okay, it's a giant swarm of Hydralisks here. Storm's going to be my friend, even if there's no such thing as a Kateran amulet that gives me enough energy to storm as soon as I warp in. Gotta be patient. Gotta be patient with that. +3 missile attack being researched by Neuro. Viper production on the way as well. An adept attack at this 4th base along the right side. Again, 4 spine crawlers. Pretty good against this. I mean, some drones are going to fall, but all the adepts are going to die within a few seconds, which is pretty good. I mean, that's wasn't ideal, but much better than it could have been. 28 drones have been killed. 22 probes have lost their lives here. Neuro being patient. Got his Hydralisks, got his Lurkers. DisK catching back up. It's 167, 179 now to 197 supply. So Neuro had a huge lead for a little bit, but Tempests on the way. I don't know if you need this many Tempests. He might be overmaking them. As currently there is 1 Broodlord. Yeah, there's 1 Broodlord and 6 Tempests with 2 more on the way. 8 Tempests is too much. It really is too much. These Hydras are going to chew through them. I don't see this working out at all for DisK. He might have misread the situation, which happens to the best of us. I can't even make it to this situation against Protoss. I would have run into this army and died. Kind of like these Mutas are doing. Where are the Mutas? Okay, goodbye, Mutas. That was... I mean, they're trying to come up here to this base of DisK's, which is a replacement 5th base in the top left corner. Hydras are going to have to make it happen, though. Have to shut that thing down, and there's just no way to save it. DisK's army can't get up there to save it. A lot of probes are going to die. The rest of the army for Neuro going up, though, leaving a couple Lurkers behind. No, don't do that. Why did you? Oh, the lurkers are dead. The Broodlord dead. Storm's trying to come back in, and Neuro reposition himself kind of desperately here. Picking off a couple Templar. Those Storms are chewing these Hydralisks to pieces, though. No armor upgrades on them whatsoever, and suddenly it's 123 to 167 supply, but a lot of that supply for DisK is tied up in Tempest. He's down a little bit here. That 5th base, if DisK is toast. Zealots coming in. Hydras don't like this. Hydras don't like dealing with Zealots. A Broodlord throwing down Broodlings on top of whatever the heck she can. Why do I assume Broodlords are female? I don't know. I don't know. Making assumptions here. I'm assuming it's gender, which I've been told is not a good thing to do. 18 Lings, 6 Hydras, 3 Corruptors, 17 Banelings in production for Neuro. It's 139 to 148. Tiny lead for Neuro here, but his units are starting to pop. I don't know that Lings are necessarily the answer here either. This is coming down to the wire, ladies and gentlemen. 6th base for DisK does survive, right? A lot of probes went down, but they're still alive. Is that actually a replacement 5th? Yeah, replacement 5th. 6th base coming up for DisK at his gold, which Neuro's already taken, and a 7th base coming up at the top center of the map as well. So are we going to see, we might see every base on this map taken, which would be a lot of fun. Okay, these Lings cannot attack into this army is the problem. This is a lot of +3 Zealots. This is a couple Archons and their Storm available. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. Ling's going to try to attack this replacement 5th base. They're going to have a lot of success. There's just nothing here to stop this at all. Getting into this mineral line. These probes just transferred here. Just came in from Jersey. And boy, are their arms tired. Some Stalkers trying to deal with this, but Lings against Stalker, not a great battle at all. This base is toast. And DisK can't quite decide. Does he want to defend this? Does he want to attack into Neuro's army? Maybe not. Maybe he doesn't. He's just being so patient. He lost 2 bases through his patience, though. I don't know if I feel good about 29,000 resources lost for the Protoss compared to 31 for Neuro. About the same amount of gas, just 2,000 more minerals, which I'm going to assume is mostly Lings. If you're the Zerg player, that's a lot of Zerglings that have died. Dark Templar. Dark Templar coming into this 6th base of Neuros. And going to pick off a couple drones and then be killed. Yeah, Spore Crawler Spine, that's all you need. Just a Spore and a Spine here. Trying to attack down to this gold base of DisK's is most of the army, but guess who else is here? DisK's entire army is presently here. Corruptors to try to get rid of the Tempest. Interesting decision. I don't know that he needs to, in all honesty. Does he need to get rid of the Tempest? I feel like the Hydras can take care of them as long as everything else is dealt with. And the Corruptors can't help with anything else. They can't help with these Archons. They can't help with the Zealots. Questionable decision making is what I would say. Spine Crawlers coming in here at this, yeah, this 6th, whatever base it is for Neuro. He's on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 bases now. Here we go. Coming in with the Zerg Swarm. Banelings on everything. Corruptors from the backside distracting the Tempest. Blanketing Storms here all over the Hydras. Are there enough Hydras? Yes, a good game out of DisK. DisK is defeated and Neuro is a victorious. Ho! Nice last engagement there out of Neuro. Okay, the Corruptors didn't necessarily kill the Tempest, but they distracted them enough. The DPS wasn't going down on top of these units at the front. There was not a lot left here out of Neuro. He had, what, 14 Hydras, 2 Queens, and 8, 9, 10, 13? Yeah, 13 Corruptors with +1 armor, and made it happen. Made it happen. In the end, it was 35,000 resources lost for DisK, and 35, wow, and 35 for Neuro. Really even game. 67 probes killed, 30 drones. DisK down to 27 probes at the end of the day. He knew he lost that base, and he was done. It was basically his only mining base. Decided to tap out. 66 Zealots died, 7 Immortals, 20 Archons, 27 Stalkers, and 3 Dark Templar. Neuro, on the other hand, lost 191 Lings, 61 Hydralisks, 12 Mutas, 7 Broodlords, 34 Banelings, 10 Lurkers is a lot of Lurkers, and the 1 Viper that he made in this game did die. Not sure what he ended up doing with it. Actually, no, he's got 2 more. He's got 2 more. Where the heck are they? Oh, they're way back here, consuming this extractor to death. All right, with that note, that's going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming to you with yet another daily Legacy of the Void upload. Go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, all at /FalconPaladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.